The story of Halo Combat Evolved is in 3 chapters. No, not the original trilogy, but its original, its lackluster anniversary, and now its controversial revival. And there's a reason Combat Evolved has stayed with people after all of these years. My name is Spencer, and today I wanted to talk about the game that defined an entire generation, the one that not only launched a franchise, but helped carry a console on its back while reinventing the console shooter genre in the process. The 2000s were an interesting spot in gaming. Well, I guess you could say console gaming specifically, and that's because consoles were basically exclusively ran by Nintendo as that top dog. You can say the same for the genre. The first-person shooter before Halo, they were rudimentary to say the least. Well, at least to my knowledge. You could cycle between anything and everything you could have wanted, but not with Halo, an IP originally created as an RTS for the Mac, being stitched up and released as a first-person shooter on the Xbox just a few years later. And for the flaws of a game made in 2001 that do definitely exist, you can't deny how this game has defined the genre since. This was the era of couch co-op, and CE made it so. It revolutionized gaming with a controller. The two-weapon system, ammo capacity, weapon balancing outside of the pistol, vehicle driving, the whole 9 yards. And that was all done in such a short period of time. The same can be said with its mission design, with not only having its bombastic set pieces, but its slower, quieter moments, big, open-ended encounters, long stretches of eerie silence where all you hear is the wind or the hum of a Forerunner structure. It's methodical, patient, but at the same time can become insane at the drop of a dime. All of these aspects are why I regard it as the godfather of the first-person shooter, because 24 years later, these practices are still used by every IP in the book. But that's only one face of Combat Evolved. The second attempt of capturing the lightning in the bottle was 2011's CE Anniversary. In an attempt to get newer players into the franchise's origins, decisions were made that are still talked about negatively, the biggest one of those being its new art direction. Anniversary's graphics just look a little fake, and that's so strange because I would say 90% of them are taken from Halo Reach. Combat Evolved's art style was so magical yet eerie at the exact same time, with more darkness as this ring hasn't been touched in eons. Anniversary only takes its mystical aspects, and because of that, this game loses a ton of its charm. Hell, it's the reason I didn't finish the Anniversary disc when I got it, because it just felt a little off. And granted, I never even played Combat Evolved before. And because of that, you have a game with a completely different tone in its level design. Whether you enjoy that tone is up to you. I'm not going to hate you for your own opinions, but the complete overhaul was certainly a decision I don't know if they would go back and repeat today. And I guess I'm not going to have to wait too long to get to that realization. CE's remake was announced with a complete studio overhaul. Combat Evolved is like trying to remake Jaws or Jurassic Park. Technically, you can do it. Hell, they did do it. But it may never have that same magic. Now, gaming remakes are always a popular thing. Hell, The Oblivion came out a few months ago. It's very popular in the gaming market. It's one of the most iconic games ever made, though. It trusted the player wholeheartedly during an era of gaming that doesn't exist anymore. And I think that's the biggest fear with what will get changed along the way. Will this game actually trust its audience to play the game, or will everything get handed to them once again? Even weeks after this announcement was released, I'm still not sure a full-blown remake is a good idea. There are incredibly valid reasons people hold the original trilogy in such a high regard, and for a studio that has been shafted so much, recreating it from the ground up into Halo Studios, I just don't like it. I understand the vision, a new studio, a new engine, a fresh canvas. On paper it sounds perfect, but Halo over the past decade plus has sounded great on paper many times before. Now, even though I don't think it's a fantastic idea, I'm still going to give them a chance. CE revolutionized what gaming could be, so maybe, just maybe, the remake can revolutionize what modern Halo can be. Now, we have had that 2 times in the past 10 years. I don't know if I'm a foolish optimist, but I just want to like Halo at this point. So that's all I can hope for. Halo Combat Evolved is one of those rare titles where even its flaws feel iconic. You look at something like the Library, an objectively repetitive mission, infamous for wave after wave of flood, but ask anyone who played CE and they'll remember it. Mostly for the bad, but to have 2 decades plus of baggage for one mission is beyond impressive. Unlike other games in the series, it feels a ton more is going on. In the Silent Cartographer, Keyes is about to unleash the flood. Every time Chief enters a structure, Marines on the radio are telling you to hurry up. Scattered Marine bodies all over the map as if you just missed saving them. It's something that got lost along the way that I do wish was different. For a game that came out in 2001, it holds up, and that will continue to shock me, but I shouldn't be surprised. There's a reason this formula has worked for so long, and that's because it's still magic. That's what the remake is up against. It's not just about making the game look prettier, it's about capturing that feeling, about getting it right. And that's not something you can just code into a new engine. CE's legacy is built on the way it made people feel something. I hope calling Combat Evolved the Godfather of the first-person shooter isn't out of turn, because I believe it didn't earn that title by accident. At least in my eyes, it earned it by being bold, weird, thoughtful, and endlessly replayable. Whether the remake can hit those same notes, we'll have to wait and see. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy what I do, maybe consider checking out some other stuff. Thank you so much.